Hi class, this is my speech, this is my audience, this is my husband Mark and my son Kevin. Have you ever sat at a table with people you care about and everyone is looking down at their phones instead of at each other? You may hear little laughs at something online, you get short responses like, yeah, or it's fine, but there's very little real conversation. The bodies are together, but the attention is somewhere else. Today, I want to persuade you to plan one distraction-free meal or hangout each week. No phones at the table. So first, is this actually really a problem? So smartphones are designed to capture our attention, notifications, messages, social media updates, and they're constantly interrupting us. Even when a phone isn't being used, just having it face up on the table divides our attention. Cite 1. In a study published in the journal Family Relations, researchers Smith and Freeman found that the quality of family communication plays a major role in family closeness and satisfaction. When communication is disrupted, connection weakens. When a phone interrupts meals or conversations, that communication suffers, and so does the relationship. Most of us have felt this, even when someone checks their phone mid-conversation. The message, intentional or not, is that something else more important? Over time, those small interruptions really add up. So why does this really matter? Well, the issue matters because relationships depend on attention. Cite 2. In his book, The Devoicing of Society, John Locke argues that we are slowly losing the habit of talking to one another face to face, and that this shift weakens social bonds. That right there supports my claim that conversation itself is declining. When we replace face-to-face conversation with screens, we're not just multitasking, we're reducing meaningful connection. Phone use doesn't just affect others, it affects us too. People report lower enjoyment and more distraction, even when devices are present during social time. Sorry, that's my dog. In my own family, I see it clearly. When my husband and I look at our phones while our son is talking, my son's frustration is obvious. He repeats himself, he raises his voice, and that reaction tells me something important. Attention matters. Now, the next question is, what kind of problem is this? Well, I'm here to tell you that the problem is primarily attitudinal. No law requires us to keep our phones on the table. This is about habits, expectations, and FOMO, the fear of missing out. Cite 3. A 2024 qualitative study by Abels, Augustin, and Kepler interviewed parents of young children in Norway and found that many parents themselves are concerned about how mobile phone use interferes with family interaction. That shows right there that this isn't just about personal opinion. Parents are noticing it globally. If the problem is rooted in habits and attitudes, then that's good news because habits can change. Families already have the freedom to set boundaries around phone use. We just have to choose that freedom. So what do we care about? What can we do about it? My solution is simple. Plan one distraction-free meal or hangout each week with no phones at the table. It could be a Sunday dinner. It could be a weekly coffee date. It could be a Friday game night. Phones go in another room or even inside bags. The goal is not to eliminate phones completely. It's just to create one protected hour of undivided attention. This solution costs nothing. It requires no laws to be changed. It only asks for one intentional hour per week. Now you might be wondering, would this actually make a difference? This solution directly targets the problem, divided attention. If phones reduce connection, removing them, even temporarily, should improve connection. Cite 4. An article in the Daily Telegraph argued that putting phones away helps restore discipline and teaches children the importance of focused attention. That supports my practicality argument. In my own experience, phone-free dinners completely change the atmosphere. We ask more questions, we laugh more, we actually listen. Will this solve every relationship problem? No, of course not. But it removes one preventable source of disconnection. So is giving up our phones for an hour really worth it? Some people worry about missing an emergency. But true, emergencies are rare. You can keep your phone in another room with the ringer on. Most notifications really can wait an hour. The benefits are stronger connection, better conversation, greater enjoyment, far outweigh that small inconvenience. So what does this all mean? Phones are valuable tools, but constant access comes at a cost. Their presence during meals and hangouts weakens conversation, divides attention, and lowers enjoyment. This is a significant yet attitudinal problem, and that means we can fix it. So this week, I challenge you. Plan one meal, one coffee date, one game night, no phones at the table. Imagine that same table, but this time the phones are gone. People are laughing, making eye contact, telling stories. I mean, try it once and notice the difference. Thank you so much.